is going on, YouTube? Finally got my tripod. We're back. We're back. And I'm excited, I'm not gonna lie, because I got this tripod for the gym. But anyways, I'm chilling in the room right now. Cleaned up everything, cleaned the crib, did everything that I really had to do. Now I'm just sitting here and I'm thinking upon this week, this up and coming week. I got a brand new job, my first job, and it starts tomorrow. So yeah, sort of nervous, sort of excited. I really don't know how to feel about it, to really be honest. But I start tomorrow. You know, you guys are going to be seeing what I'm doing. As time goes, I'll start to post it. But we're still working on the main motive, and that being clothes, that being art for real. So yeah, I don't want to let go on that, that's for sure. Though I am kind of in a weird spot in terms of things changing right now. If you guys see the thing moving, if you guys see the camera moving, it's because this tripod that I bought is like freaky as fuck. I'm not gonna lie, it's a AI type of generated tripod. So yeah, I bought it for the gym. You know what I mean? This shit's getting the good angles and everything. I love this shit. Shit's freaky and weird. It's kind of freaking me out. It's kind of scaring me. I might have to put this in the other room when I go to sleep. I don't want this shit getting up on his two legs and fucking me up when I'm sleeping. But anyways, all right, you can stop moving. How do I feel? Confused, nervous, unsure, but I got faith in God, and I'll tell you guys that. You know what I mean? I got no expectations, really, to be honest. My first job at 20 years old. I'm not sure how this shit's gonna go. You know, it can go good. It can go really south too, you know? So, yeah, but I don't know, you know? I don't really know what to expect. I don't know what's coming. I don't know what's new. But I can say that I'm excited about making new decisions. You know, I'm not in school. I'm about to get my GED online. I want to go for that. Damn sure want to do that. But financially, I'm in a pretty solid place, you know? I can say that, like, in terms of me having things together for rent and stuff like that, I sure do. I have, like, money to be able to put towards the things that I need. Though being in this new place, I want to build a community. And that hasn't been the easiest. People out here are like hit or miss. You know, I don't get at people at the gym. I damn sure like want to sometimes, but I'm not going for it. You know, I'm not going for it because, you know, you don't want to shit where you eat at. You know, that's what people say. And I really, truly believe that, you know, that's a real thing to stick by. But I do got this here. It says, follow the feeling that God has given you and trust yourself. I wrote that about weeks ago. You know, I was trying to work this other sales job at this insurance company for life insurance, which was like this whole big old scheme, and a lot of things were being revealed and it just didn't work out, you know? It didn't work out at all, so I dubbed that John. Or yeah, honestly, I dubbed that John. I could really just say that. Necessarily, I didn't get fired. I was like, you know what? I'm out of here, bro. Because I'm just not liking the energy. Every time I would go there, it would just feel like I'm fighting with something. You know, either I'm having these energy battles and things of that nature, you know? So I guess that wasn't a good fit. I tried, though. I really tried, though. So, like, I guess that's something that I could be proud of. Because it's really hard for me to be able to see, you know, the growth that I'm making when things are moving so slow, you know, for real. And I don't know why that is. I really have no idea why that is. I want to be able to appreciate the things that I have going on. I feel like if I don't have these drastic changes in progress in short amount of time, I will begin to feel like a failure, you know? So that's how I've been perceiving things, not intentionally, but, you know, unintentionally just self-sabotaging sometimes. So it's a real work in progress that I'm trying to make do for, because I feel so that it's something that isn't going to really help me get nowhere, obviously, but it's kind of a nature that I'm growing out of. It's really a nature that I'm growing out of. But we'll see how this goes. You know, when it comes to a job, personally, I'm not really a fan of them. I don't have too much experience in them to really say much about a job. But I will say I tried to work other jobs before, and they never really worked out. In terms of me going for the interview, doing a really good job at the interview, waiting to get a response back and never getting a response back. I don't know why it works like that. You know, I feel like me personally, I'm a real intellectual individual that is willing to work if the means are necessary. you know? So I'm not just gonna do anything just to do it. It's gotta have some type of meaning for me and some type of, purpose in it, within it. So yeah, we'll see what's next to happen for real. That's really all I got to say. You know, if you're thinking about getting a job and you're in a position where it can make sense, and you know, for most people when they get jobs, it's because they really need it. Now, do I really need a job? I don't know. But am I gonna get the job? Yes. You know, I'm gonna get the job. So we got some things coming though. I'll show you guys what we're currently working on. I'm about to get a designer to go ahead and get me a project design for the spring. We need that for sure. Oh, really? We definitely need that. So let me just put my password into my computer. I've been learning this whole designing thing. I was really trying to get this all together, but I don't know. I was having a hard time earlier, so I think I'm just gonna let it go in terms of me trying to work on this tonight because it's getting late. I gotta wake up at like 6:30 tomorrow and head to bot school. I'm like not dreading it, but I've been thinking about it the whole day, overly. Like thinking about just how it's gonna go. You know, of course I don't want to mess up, but I really can't if I do as though I'm supposed to do, which is go there, learn, and try. I don't know nobody out here, so you know what I mean? That's another good thing. It's been real, and I'll let you guys know how this shit goes for real. First job at 20 fucking jobs. Yeah, that's really it. But we're getting huge, I'll say that. We're going on a cut. I really want to eat right now. I went for like a 3-hour workout sesh earlier, and I'm supposed to eat right now, but I'm gonna be honest, I might have cut down on the eating for real, because I find myself loving the whole, 3-4 meals a day thing, and I don't think that's really good for me, because I feel like it just starts to breed this comfortability gluttony trait in a sense. I'm starting to like fall in love with food, and like that's bot shit. That's not right. I feel like the fasting is necessary. I'm really supposed to be fasting, which I am, So yeah, shout out to everybody doing Ramadan. But I'm out. I'm about to go to sleep and figure out what's next in my life, I guess.